All right, hello. Today we're going to be talking about the very first lines we talked about, and we're going to do looking over everything we looked at before and make sure everything is complete. This is the first file that we talked about in this whole year series. And we're going to find out and have it cleared up, make sure that we don't have to look this file again. This line goes with this one, so as you see, there's a lot of things that are curious, and to see the annotations here. I'm looking at anything that is, let's say, need to be done, work with. There's one in particular that I need to work on, and we can put to rest on this file, this PGN specifically. And yeah, make sure that we don't have any loose ends we haven't talked about. And the ones we do need to talk about, we'll look at today and say that this file is done. All right, Bishop C4. This is a curious one. So this is an early one, so probably online databases say Nav6, and this is a 32% score, which is a good thing. Any games of note? Black Elo is, well, nothing. No grandmasters I know really, but they were good players. Playing this one is black, and let's see the results of the games that they played. Well, this guy won against the 2400. These guys are drawing against 20s, let's say 600 or 400 and 500s too. Okay, so Knife 6 seems to be the consensus. It's Knife 6 and castles, of course. And then we castle, yeah. And then H3 and Knight C3. So let's see what the things. Knight C3 is not even touched. So that's the thing we need to look at. Knight C3. So let's do Knight C3 because we haven't looked at it at all. So let's do it today. So let's have a look. So Bishop B4 is the main move by a database, but let Lila think about it. It's debating between H6, Rook E8. Let's have Lila debate. Think about it. Have Lila research and look at it in depth. And we'll go by what she says. That's the research will be doing, and be thorough and complete. We don't run a pressure Leela, and make sure that Leela does the best quality work and no faults because we're rushing. No rushing is allowed. Okay. All right. So this is H6. This is 50%. So Bishop D4. Let's see what look at this one. Bishop E3. This is the main move, but H3 is also natural. And let's see G5. This one, yeah. So let's look at these three things. Right, let's see. The list says h6 on the bishop. Okay, 6. Right. Bishop h4 makes sense. Now this one, d5. Okay, let's have a debating between moves. So I have a little think about it. Oh yeah. Seven. D5. D5. Okay. So this one. Okay, we're good. That's all good. Sorry. All right, let's see. All right. Okay. So now going back to this, knight e5 looks like is the winner. Knight e5. All right. Putting pressure on the pin piece. Bishop b2. Everybody plays bishop b2. Everybody. So knight g6. Okay, debating between things knight g6 and let's say double the people play knight f3, but not good results. So maybe knight g6 is a more correct way to do things. Knight g6, attack the bishop. Bishop b3, just preserve the bishop. h5, getting that bishop b6. So let's have Leela think about these things and save while we have everything fresh in the mind. Save it. Okay. So let's have it run by. Okay. Hey, Cole. It's me, Burns from Ghosty Stream on Twitch. I'm both on Twitch and YouTube, but I'm mostly on YouTube. So yeah, how are you doing, Burns? This is you. I'm I'm hoping that you're also subscribed to my channel, Cole. So if it's you are, then great. Great to hear it. So how are you doing today, Burns? Yeah, we're doing research for my 1 year long research for the Fresh Defense Exchange. Is opening variation. So I'm the only one. I'm trying to do something that nobody's done. It's have dedicated a year for one variation of chess. So I'm doing that. So I'm doing good. Thanks. How are you? I'm doing very well. And trying to make this Sunday be a productive day and have a good day of relaxation. So nice to see you and a familiar face. And but while I'm doing this, you can always on the side you can ask questions about chess and then things like that. And I can also do that while this research is crunching the numbers because this basically, if you think about it, if you look this window over here, this one that I'm resizing here, this is a this one is a this is an engine called Leela. So it's a supercomputer that I paid for, and basically it analyzes the game in the best way possible. So basically, it's stronger than Stockfish. It's strong from the conventional things you can get for free on the internet. So I pay for this engine, and want to make sure that we get the best results for this repertoire, this research. So that's what I'm doing now. So bishop b6, it seems like the move to play. Really likes this one, and queen b3 makes some sense to, let's say, put pressure on this pawn b7, this one. So let's see what Leela likes. He does Leela likes Leela likes rook b8, defend the pawn. Let's do that. Now Leela likes to have a pawn, the rook on e file, fe1 or a1, which probably rook a1 is better. It was black 2 from this point on. So a6. A6 is a good guideline to block knight b5 advancements. So, but rook e8. So this is where we have Leela, let's say, dwell on this and think what is the best approach going forward. So we have to do this research. So, but yeah, is there any other openings I need to know instead of e4, e5? Yeah, very, very good question. So e4, e5 is what Ghosty says you start with, but to be honest, Cole, e4, e5 is really hard to play. It's not been beginner friendly. So it's really good if you're playing against other beginners, but in general, it's really hard. It was against the degree. There's a lot of ways to get a losing position really early. For the black side, I'll just maybe have another window, and I'll show you in a side note. I'll just do this one, open up chess.com window, and I'll have you look at this board. I'll have it so we can talk about this. While Leela is crunching the numbers, I'll show you an illustration and talk about what is most usable and easy to play than e4, e5, more beginner friendly. So Chrome tab, chess.com, analysis board, and this is the chess.com analysis board we'll use for this demonstration, illustration, everything. So e4. So basically, I like to do e6 myself, but a lot of beginners like to do c6. But e5 is really tough. E5 is really tough. If you go to the degree, e5 is really tricky. You have to know what you're doing. You can lose a lot easily because they do some cheapos like this one, queen h5, take down 7. If they do e6, there's nothing like that. So e6 is no bishop c4. Bishop c4 is actually bad. This is actually a bad move. And basically, the people that play against e4, they go d4, and we go d5. So this is called the French defense. That could be really easy, but even easier is the Caro-Kann. The Caro-Kann, they go d4, you go d5. And the only difference between the French defense and the Caro-Kann is because the bishop on this square can go out. The French defense, the bishop on this square on c8 can't go out, and you have to suffer with this bishop. That's really bad, usually. But I'm not saying that because of that fact alone, the French defense is a bad choice, but it's challenging. It's not really easy to comprehend for the beginner how to make this bishop useful. Later on, once you get more advanced, you know that this bishop is not really useless. You have, let's say, advanced points to that. But for beginners, this is where to go. This is moves like this one. This is very popular. They can take the pawn, which Ghosty likes to do. Go C fast likes to do. Knight C3 as well. These are the main 3 moves. So let's say the Go C fast takes the pawn. We take that pawn back, and basically you can explore things like this. This Caracal is basically easy going opening. So explore, if you click the explore tab, but this is only for me because I'm a damn membership person. But people sometimes go this route C4, but I think that ghosty people his ghosty streams will probably do this one or even this one. These are usually moves that people that probably your level, ghosty level too, it will play this way. But now we just develop nice. We just get the pieces out. Let's say the normal game is like this. We go get that other knight out. Then you go this way. They want a castle. We go, let's say, in this case, we do bishop b4. And the cool thing about this is, in the first defense, we have this closed up bishop. We go bishop b4 first, Burns. That we go bishop b4 because we want to go e6, and there's no trapped bishop. All right. So they can castle, but now we go e6, and this bishop is actually happy, not trapped. So basically, you can say that in general, in the Caracal, this is where you pieces want to be. This knights are on c6, f6. The bishop goes out. But then you go e6. Bishop out first, and then go e6. You get the bishop out wherever you can choose. The cool thing about the Caracal is it doesn't have to be strict. You can do this one or this one. Everything is good. And the e4, e5 things, you're very strict. You had to do something in the exact right way or else you get crushed. Is there any... Okay, basically I'm saying that. So does it make sense to you, Cole, that this Caracal is more, let's say, forgiving? There's not really... If you make one mistake of a move in the opening, then you lose the game. See, the Caracal is for more forgiving. You don't have to be strict. Just play normally, and you'll survive. So does it make sense, Cole? Let me know. I played this a couple games. Yeah, definitely. Try it out and see. Try it and ask me if you have any questions for that. It's like, oh, I have this variation, this really bad result. But basically, put your pieces on natural squares. You don't have to differ because white does something different. In the e4, e5 lines, you have to adapt based on what it wants. But this Caracal, you don't have to do that. You just play this things every time, and it doesn't matter. You play a good game. You're surviving. So that's basically the thesis of it. So let's stop sharing screen for the board and go back to the research. So the research window is this one. Let's see what Lila says here. So now maybe you can pop this back up. So rook e8 is the winner. Rook e8, let's do it because Lila says so. After rook e8, let's see what Lila says as a reply. It's natural looking. You get the rooks in the open files. Bishop d1, okay. Trying to trade off rooks is natural looking enough. So rook d1, bishop d1. a6 again. All right. Also, this is bishop takes f3. Let's let Lila think and stew. What's better? So we don't rush the research. That'll be diluted research. That'll be not be good for the people that want to have a freebie that is really dedicated for a year's long serious discussion about this variation. So that's basically it. So yeah, do Caracal Burns and see how you like it. And it's really more forgiving. It's really hard to go wrong with it. E45 is easy to go wrong with it a lot of times. So even though Gosi says, "Oh, do E45," because I do, Gosi and you have to learn that E45 is really not forgiving. If you make one more false step, you're losing the game really early, so it's not good at all. Okay. All right, so we will think about things and deliberate. All right, let's see what's this one. All right, rookie 7. Wow, rookie 7. I don't like that one. I'll do A6 because it makes only sense to me. Rookie 8 and queen 68. King D6, pawn takes D6. Okay. D4. Okay. Let's 8. D7. D7. Yeah. C2. D2. D4. A5. Really? So maybe this is too many exchanges. So maybe this one is not the best. But at least we're learning. So, but yeah. Okay. All right. This one. I accidentally done it the wrong side. So now I done the Saragossa opening, but it still worked out. So it has still worked out. Okay. So work with whatever works with you, then go with it. Like be comfortable with the opening. So just do the comfortable like an opening that is comfortable with you and you enjoy playing that opening. So don't don't let me or Ghosty tell you what to do in the opening. Do what is more comfortable for you individually. So whichever comforts you, then do that. But if it doesn't comfort you, then try something out and see what's your sweet spot of comfort. I'll say that is ultimately the goal. Ultimately, to end up in a comfortable little game, whatever that is. Everybody has their own taste and style for open little games, and yeah, that's my opinion. Basically, opening is the transition point to your favorite middle game, and find that favorite middle game and have the opening based on that to bring you to that middle game. This one, okay. 56. Well, 56 is let's see what for, let's say, all these things going to be for. Yeah, okay, that's fine. To control the E file. There's no rook f1. So it would like rook e1. One. Okay. Four. Sorry. It's b7. Okay. What's next? Okay. C8 check. A7. F7. H8. H8 check. H8. Black is clearly better. So that's good. We got progress here. Thank goodness. All right. Let's do this one. All right. I got this one. All right. Can you review my most recent game? Oh, definitely, definitely, definitely. All right. I'll look at your recent game. So this is your username. So let's do it. Hold on. Well, let me look at the. Let me get it up and I'll look your username. But yeah, let me get that for you, Burns. I'll be happy to do it. Look at it. So look you up on chess.com based on the members. Oh, chess.com. Okay, members. Okay, and then C Burns 2010. Okay. All right. Perfect. So Cole. All right. Look at your profile, and now I can actually stop sharing and share my chess.com, and you can look at it with me as well. So, all right, this is your profile. Most recent game is this one. This is the one against is draw against this guy, Yusuf Ali. So this is the one, right? This is the one Yusuf Ali. Um, Burns, the Yusuf Ali is the one. The game right here is the most recent one. So let me know if it's the most recent one that you want me to look at, Yusuf Ali. Yeah, all right, let's look at it. Click on it. All right. Alrighty. So, all right, C3 is again, it's probably doing a reverse of Karakhan, so it's good. The cool thing is, if you're playing this as white, you're extra move up. So it maybe don't be disparaged about what goes as like this is a bad move, but it's not a bad move. You're white. You actually have an extra move. It's a playing Karakhan, but extra fast. So this is actually exactly what we want to do. Queen H4. Yeah, knight f3. It's basically all good. So you could take the pawn, but knight f3 is actually still good. Take the pawn, take the queen. The queen that has to go back. Knight c5. This is really good, Burns. And also, sometimes this bishop takes on the queen, but still, I'm not going to criticize you. But you always want to see where the queen is going. You can take that with the bishop. So knight c5, g6. Again, you can take the queen. And you did what? Knight d3 is still. I'll say you're good as long as you don't lose knight. You can still have the queen. And again, third time, and you got it. You eventually got it with like I'll take it with the knight, not the bishop. But you did it, so you got it. So that's good for you. Hg5, knight c5. Okay, really awesome game. Bishop e6, and there's a thing that there's called a fork. Always look for checks, Burns. Always look for checks. This one is actually a fork between the king and rook. This one will be just winning a rook by taking this check. The king has to move away, and you take the rook. So this is lost the knight. So this is like basically this is really bad now. But let's see how the game goes. Knight c6, castles, a6, yeah, b5, knight a3, developing things. Takes there and takes the pawn. Okay, this is imbalance. It's not really losing. I think it's balanced. You got all the pawns for, let's say, a piece. A piece meaning a knight, bishop, rook, king, and queen. So rook d8, knight e5, and again, this is a free piece here, Burns. Always look for pieces like free candy, as Ghosty likes to call it, and you can take that one. But it's still all good, all good. Queen g4. All right, very good. Take the pawn with the pawn. Rook g6, e4. And the fact that you have a queen and he doesn't have a queen, it's really free reign for you to try to beat this guy, however you like it. Rook g6, queen c8 is a really good move to see this long range check. Oh, okay. This is also this pawn is actually free, but this is also free. This is okay. He's attacked the queen, so it was good that you saw that the rook is attacking the. Maybe not seeing it, but you defend the queen from danger. So queen c5 check. Oh yeah, I forgot this knight can go this way. So oopsie. Bishop e3, knight d4, c4, c5, and okay, a3. But this is I think Burns. This is called a pawn majority. Majority means that you have more pawns on this side of the board. This is a half of the board. This half of the board. Everything in the box. This is the queen's side. This is the queen's side. So the majority of the pawns, you have a pawn majority in the queen's side. You have 3 pawns. He has 1. That means you can create a passed pawn, and he can't stop you as much as you can do. It's like 3 versus 1 passed pawns. You have the most chance to make a passed pawn, so you can do that. So maybe b4 coming up next. So all right, take the c5 pawn check. That's good. So 3 versus 0 now. So it's very good. Rook d a1. Take the rooks off the board. A4. Yep. A4, whichever works. Okay. So maybe it's better to have to defend the bishop with a pawn and still have them roll. Just roll them up. But you lost a pawn. Take the knight. So it's actually not so bad. You got a knight. So it's really. You have 2 extra pawns. So let's see if you can, defend the pawn with a pawn. That's good. and a5. But one thing is you want it with passed pawns, with rooks especially. The rooks love burns to be behind passed pawns. So maybe instead of a6, maybe rook a1, and there's no way to stop you from going this way, unless if they just make a passive rook there. But this is like crushing for you. But this one allowed him. Well, this is also a free pawn. You take it with check if you want to, but you play bishop e3 to defend the pawn. So whichever you want to save your pawn. So that's a good statement for yourself. And also, there's a plan probably going this way and this way. And the cool thing is they can't take the bishop because they'll be promoting the pawn to the queen. So knight f5, h4. Again, this taking pawns for pawns. Rook a6 was unusual. So, oh, okay, you took the rook. So this is actually absolutely winning for you. This is absolutely winning for you. So rook e3. Okay, so it's not necessary, but the cool thing is, even though you have one pawn, this bishop is the right bishop. What do you mean by right bishop? There's wrong bishop and right bishop. It's the right bishop because what color squares this bishop on? It's dark square or light square? Dark square, right? The green squares are dark squares. And it's this same square, the color is the same as this one. Therefore, you can win this one. But if this bishop was a light square bishop, that was like probably maybe on the light square or maybe e2, the bishop cannot actually force the king to go out of the square to promote the pawn. So let's see how it goes. So it's still winning, barely. Bishop c5, king e5, h5. There, this is good. And then a6, yep, very good. So move up the king. You have to move up the king. Move up the king. Oh, yeah. So the Burns, you got so close. You go so close. You just have to move the king up, and eventually you'll be able to make this king, let's say, go out of dodge and have you promote the pawn. h7, the king is on g6, for example, and then you promote this one with check, and then h8, and you get into the queen, and you win the game. That's basically the simple steps, right? So if you follow the process that you gotta, let's say you gotta make sure that you defend this queen square, but you almost got him. You almost got him. Just like you didn't. I don't know what, but maybe you can explain in your mindset. Why did you play pawn h7? Do you remember why, Burns? Why you pushed the pawn up to lose it? You played well, but until the end, you just made unforced errors. So do you know why you play this pawn to h7, this one? So this is the key to basically not have you win, but draw. So do you remember why you play h7? Not anything else? So h7 is drawing, just immediately drawing, not winning. I just need to learn endgame. I don't really know how to. Okay, no problem. No problem. This endgames are really, people put aside the endgames, and it's really not easy to learn endgames. People say, "Oh, I don't want to care about that. I never get to endgames anyways. I just lose or win at the middle game." This is a really wrong mindset, because if you have endgames, everybody will have endgames. Then you got to know what to do, or else you just lose and fumble the ball. You can't do that. So, but there's a lot of resources you can do with endgames. Really, a lot of resources. But yeah, it's basically based on practical play. And let me give you a link. Actually, myself, I'll give you a link. You can practice with this, Burns, and even Ghosty. I don't think that Ghosty even knows this one, but I'll eventually. But Ghosty doesn't like endgames, so he. But I'll just give it for you. All right. Let me this one. All right. All right. I need to share this tab. So this is a website called 365chess.com. So do you see the screen, Burns? This 365chess.com. Let me know in the chat if you see this 365chess.com website. So let me know, and we can move on. to talk about this? Yeah, I do. All right. So when you get the websites, then you're gonna have a training. This training tab. If you click the training tab, there's a end games section. So you go to the website training end games. So when you end games, you got to scroll down and say, okay, next end game position. It'll just give you an end game position. You play to the win. You got to play this end game out to against a computer to the win. So if you fail this one, you can try again, try again. But if it's too hard, you say, okay, next puzzle, next end game. So basically, it adapts to your skill. Basically, it'll be so easy if you lose and lose and lose, and you want to get an easier end game puzzle. Eventually, you're gonna have an end game that's so simple, but you want to repeat things over and over again until you get it right. So there's basically a training I can recommend to you. So I'll just do link to this website for you, Burn, and even Ghosty. Well, Ghosty doesn't like end games anyway, but if you want to trade end games, trade with this one. It's a surefire way to train end games. So in general, if it's hard, you just do the next end game, and it'll be easier, and just wrap up more and more. These end games are practical end games that you'll be having more end games practice than actually Ghosty if you do this more and more. Yeah, sounds good. No problem. So I'm glad that you can take it to this heart. So, but yeah, with this one, I'll go back to my Leela research. Leela research. So let's see. Blah, blah, blah. I need to share my screen. We'll share the Leela's research screen while I was doing that. This aside, this is fine. Let's do the other thing that I need to talk about. Is the other part of this long line. All right, this is the one. All right, this H3, the main line we talked about. All right, so let's see. Oh, we'll just do online and switch to the black side because we're black and the black side of this game. So they go H castles, H3. Okay. 22, 21, 2. Let's have Leela think about this one. While I was thinking about things, I'm gonna go use the restroom and I'll be back. All right. H6 is contentious, but let's have Leela think about these things. Alrighty, I'm back. I'm back. Alrighty, let's see. It says A6 was contrary to what research been back in the past. So it says okay, A6 is a new move, so maybe new adventures and fun things happen. So, alrighty. Hello, how are you doing, Hoofy? How are you doing? Nice to see you. Hopefully doing well today and Sunday. Nice to see you. So we're doing the French Defense Exchange version 1 year research project. So we're just going back to the lines. The very first line I talked about in this whole thing, beginning of the year, January, and I was just trying to figure out how to, let's say, clean up all let's say, the lines and get done with this file, this pre-gen file, and we don't have to look at it ever again for the rest of the year. So that's the let's say relook of things, and let's say the clean up the act and finish it off. So let's see what is happening here. Okay, so people mainly by a big uh, margin plays knight c3. So let's have Leela think about this. A6, bishop f5, and also rook e8 is a thought. So let's have Leela think about these things and don't rush the research. So yeah, research is not rushed. Yeah, let's see what Lila says about this position. What should I do? It says a6, and a6 is good for like blocking ab5 things. Just make some like adaptations to block that one. So pawn here. So people play most people play a3, a5, b5. Okay. 5, 1, 3, so 3. Okay. Let's have a little think about these things. See what's better, the best. So, but for those of you watching the stream, make sure you like the video. Helps me a lot. So I really appreciate it. Every single like you give, and you can also comment if you want to in the chat. Now we're halfway of the stream, so an hour left will be ending the stream. So another hour. Okay, let's see. Goes to this one. 94, 94. That's 64. That seems like 64. That's 2. Okay, 2. Okay, let's do 55. Okay, let's think about these things and decide by thought what's the best continuation. So, yeah. So, too fast. Save. All right. 5. Bishop. Bishop B2. Like 53. Oh, that's Bishop B3. Just for the sake of F5. Let's get this one. Let's have a little couple of things. Maybe F5 to Bishop B7. Let's just changing things to make sure we get, we can have a winning advantage. So the other one is like draw. So let's say adjust it to make it better. Okay, let's see. We'll think about it. So, sweet, sweet. No, let's have a little thinking. D4, but let's have a little think about quickly. So, Yeah, G4. Let's see if we can see lower the file. Oh, this looks seems like this one. This is, All right. So half an hour until the end of the stream is. So I just need to make sure that we finish up. So this file is actually cleansed completely. So that's a good thing. So yeah. So yay. 6. Uh, let me. I quite like the Caracon start. Oh, it's good. Good to hear, Cole. So, but yeah, this is what I wanted to have for you too. It's like E4, E5. Nah, Caracon is the way to go. If you want to start out and learn things, Caracon is it's fun. Even I play sometimes. So, but I'm glad that you like it. So, use it to your best abilities. And if if Ghosty gets his 2 cents, just say that Middle Eagle refers this to me. So that would be the end of it. So I'm glad that you find a way to start, and that's the best thing you can ask for. Find a comfortable place to start, and just go to the middle games that you enjoy. So if it gets middle games you enjoy, then the opening is the right one for you. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the opening that you chose. See. All right. All right. We're almost done. Just need to save this file. Just make sure I look at the lines between that I don't miss anything. So let's see how much time I have. I have 22 more minutes. Oh, 22 more minutes. Yep. I can see what am I missing? Am I missing anything? So, yeah, talked about H3, H3, A3. That's very hard. Alright, this is good. Okay. Just making sure that we have everything. That's good. Okay, this one. Okay, this is CD. Alright, this is the one I need to look at. CD. Okay. So maybe I just let this pass here. 93. C4. Okay, C4 is the only move. Rook 8. Okay, maybe the only move. So let's give it some time. At least we're just trying to figure out, define the lines, and we can get. We're over this file. This PGN file is complete, and we looked at every single thing. This is like we had to finish this on this specific line. That's the goal of the day. Is to, let's say, fill up the potholes in this repertoire and make sure there's no potholes at all remaining. If you do that one, it's perfectly good repertoire. That's what I say. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's do this one back to usual YouTube channel. Okay, so let's look at the Leela things. So bishop e3, it's like rook e8 seems like the winner. Maybe the winner. So this one. Just see. Let's see how it approaches. So let's see how it approaches. All right. So if I was white, I'd play bishop before is stifled by the knight. Let's say bishop b2. B2, and now what does black do? Let's see if we're playing against Leela. What would Leela do to try to play for the win? Because I'm going to lose, but let's see what Leela says to go. Queen e4. Okay, queen e4 to put pressure on that pawn, maybe. I'll give it some time. Leela will just divvy out what Leela thinks is best. So let's give it some time. 18 more minutes, and we'll end the episode. Okay. All right, let's see what Leela says to do as black. So, but queen e4 is what I was thinking to do. So, queen b3. Like, okay, this is not being, being passive. Okay, so knight c7. Let's get some time between d5 and c7, and then have the knight, the rook queen bit backwards defending it. So that's fine. That's fine with me. So for myself, maybe rook e1. If I was playing this one, rook e1. Yeah, rook e1. If rook e1 happens, then queen e5, queen e5. Okay, so take this one. Knight takes there. King f1. Yep, sounds good. F6. Oh, okay. Block up this. It's like, why do I do this? F6 is needless, I think. Looks needless to me. In my opinion, looks needless. Alright, so we have 15 more minutes. Let's wrap this up. Wrap this up nicely in the bow. Okay, let's do the thing again. So F8, just get the king in. Okay. Where to go from here? Where to go from here is hard to say. Practical point of view, maybe knight g1 to e2 to c3. Where g1 is c2 to e3. c8. c1. So let's see if I can just go back this way. So okay. So let's say this is a contentious line. A3, A6, D5. This one, knight h4. This is okay. This is B6. B6. Okay, this is different moves. Okay, this is different moves from black. Okay, knight h4 is probably the most beneficial one. Okay, this is actually better. Okay, so this is actually a good thing that we have this. Like, knight h4 should be the main line. So promote. Okay, so bishop b6. Let's get out of here. So because all these things are just like disgusting things that we don't need to worry about. Just like delete the line variation. So all right, we just cut off a bad line. And we're good now. So that's good. So we don't have to worry about these things. Whew. So we're good. So d5. So bishop b4. Talked about these things. Yeah, I want to plug in the holes before we say goodnight to this line forever. Oh, let's say for now, for the rest of the year, for building up this repertoire. So let's make sure we have 10 more minutes. So let's do wrapping up, wrap around. So what is there any other lines we have not talked about? Then we should fill the holes in before we say, okay, we're good. We're done for now. We're done for now. Okay. Okay, this is good. Bishop takes d5. Okay, this is the one. That's two moves. Queen d5 and b6. Okay, this is another contentious. b6. Let's say b6. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is like offering two lines. There's two offering lines. Like who's the odd one out? Possible line for a better endgame is black. Okay, this is a possible line. So, all right. So this is an alternative. So I think that b6 should be the main line. So let's promote that variation. So, all right. So there's two choices. All right. So good. So two choices for this line. All right. So. Okay. This leads to bad endgame for white. Is what? Leads bad endgame for white. I think this is like the. All right. This leads to bad endgame for white, where white needs to commonly play only moves to survive. Black simply play simply with weakness d4 target. Be careful. Okay, this is a really. Oh, I had to think about it, like double take this one. The comments is a double take. Okay. Okay, this is c4. It's all targeted. Okay, this is h3. Oh, h3 line. Haven't talked about this one, so we should finish it here. h3. that'll be things to end up on. So I forgot this is the line we talked about. Bishop h5. So it's good that we we need to what did it do? So alright, this is the one we have to look at with the online database. Okay. Bishop e3, people play. 27. Okay. e3. Rook at d8. Rook at v8. Okay. Rook f8 is a novelty. Okay. Okay. Then rook e1. So you transpose. Yeah, transpose. All right. We transpose the line that we talked about earlier. All right, let's see. Oh, bishop e3. Okay, bishop e3 has been knocked out, so let's do it for the next 7 minutes. Okay. Line. e7. e7. e1. Like f8. Bishop e2. Okay, let's see what else says. Let's think about these things. In 7 more minutes, and we'll end up wrap the stream up. 7 more minutes. We'll be done today. Okay. Okay, this one. Yeah, would sometime. So you mean 6 p.m. my time, or and or 7 p.m. my time. All right, just making sure this clarify this for Jay. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, so a6 looks like the winners is a blocking like b5 things is a clear thing, common thing. All right, so this is h3, bishop h5. Let's see, rook c1. Rook e7 is odd. I would never play this. h6 is maybe rook e7 to try to double up and bishop b5 pinning ourselves. h6 is, yeah, makes sense to me. Knight d2. Bishop e2, rook e2. Knight e7. Knight 5. Okay, knight e7. Well, knight e7, knight c4 things. Like, really? Do we really want to do this one? I have a take on d6. Let's heavily think of this one because it's contentious. Knight b4 is a possible thing to go knight bd5, and knight c4 is not so stingy. Maybe it is stingy. But let's heavily think. We have 4 more minutes left and finish up this whole file. That'll be a good day's work. Good day's work. Okay. Okay. All right. Knight 7, knight b4. Knight b4 maybe. Knight c4. Pawsec. Pawsec? Really? It's like, which is C4 though? C4, okay. B5. Oh wow, this is a cool move. Okay, nice C4. So, rook B2. Then let's do queen takes C4. Rook C8. Everything's bad, so C4. So like XM. So XM is really good. C4 Pawsec. Queen D1. Let's see, Queen D1. If they just thinks better things, like maybe, yeah, Queen C D1. Now after this brilliant C, we do, it's like, what do we do here? C7. C7. D6. Okay. Maybe 6. Okay. D8. Maybe C4. C5. Knight 5. 6A3. This one. This one. Queen D2. Like I said, they're better than playing for 2 results. Oh, perfect. Let's see how much time we have. All right, we're done. So, yep, the file is finished. We have completely looked at everything conceivable in this file. So, alrighty. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys on Thursday for the next simul. And have a good day. And make sure you like the video if you have value. And I'll see you next time. Take care. All right, bye. We'll have fun on Thursday in simul Q&A. Bye, Cole. Have a good day, and hope you enjoy the Caracan.